So what I've decided to do is I've decided to rate the bots 1 to 5, standard practice. Obviously 1 means don't bother, don't even go for them. 2 is they're alright, I'd use them, but only if you have to, put them in a team for events and stuff like that. 3, situationally good means in certain situations it can be good for a certain job, but not generally. Might be a specific job. 4, they're good bots. You know, these are sort of bots where you think they won't get nerfed, they're well balanced, really, really good. And then meta bots, you're talking really, really good bots where they're sort of borderline OP. And sort of rated every single batch as well. But what I've done is, which makes it a bit more interesting, is I've also rated the bots in terms of how they relate to the combiners they're parts of. So, for example, you can see here that I've put Silverbolt as green because he's a part of Superion. Now, Superion is not considered a worthwhile really combiner. He's not one of the best combiners, obviously not a 5-star version yet, so I wouldn't obviously go for Silverbolt yet. You know, eventually, maybe, but right now, as it is, I wouldn't really bother with 5-star Silverbolt. It's not going to get you a 5-star combiner, but it's one for the future. Then the ones that are in orange, like Wheeljack, they're 4 combiners that are pretty decent. So obviously, Skyrain in that case. So they will make up a, a half decent combiner that's useful. And the red ones are kind of like must-haves. They're parts for the combiners that are absolutely amazing and top of the game right now. And so what I've done is obviously we give the ones that are in the first tier down the bottom here just 1 point in the batch. These get 2 points, these get 3, these get 4, and these get 5. Obviously the highest scoring the better. But what I've also done is if they are green and part of a combiner, I've given them an extra point on the batch because they are a part of a combiner and worthwhile. If they're orange, I've given it an extra 2 points per orange bot. Because they're part of a half decent combiner. Maybe not a 5-star yet, but they're definitely part of even a 4-star combiner that's still useful. And then for the absolute meta combiners, I've given an extra 3 points. So you can see here, we've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, plus 5 is 16. But we get an extra point for Silverbolt because he's part of, obviously, Computron. An extra point for Sunstreaker, but then obviously 3 extra points for Grimlock because it's part of Volcanicus. And Volcanicus is absolutely amazing. As you can see there, batch 1, 21 points. So you can see the key at the bottom here that, green you want to try and stay away from. Yellow means it's alright, it's not bad. Orange, you should be looking to maybe pull from this batch, and the red is sort of like these are the batches that people are going to suggest you sort of pull from. Really, really good. But again, this is as it stands right now. So you see there, batch 1, 21 out of a possible, it's like 25 and then 3 for each bot, or 50 out of 40 really. But 21, decent score. Few bots that are part of combiners. Batch 2, mainly Wheeljack is the standout. I'm proud of the Skyburst, but again, do you really want to pull Skyburst for 5-star Victorion when Skyburst is not very that good? That's the kind of point of all this thing, this ratings. Batch 3, again, only Firefly in there really, and not a 5-star combiner yet, and Springer's really the pick of the batch. Batch 4, decent batch, as you can see here, Ratchet, Lita and Blaster, but only really Sludge, that's a mainstay part of Volcanicus, and then obviously Prowl or Max. I think this will come better in time when we get more 5-star combiners, and Prowl is obviously part of the 5-star Op Max. Batch 5, only 13 points because a lot of poor bots in there, but Warpath keeps it up. But as you can see, only 1 combiner bot, and that is Snarl. Sadly, a really, really poor bot, but he is required for Volcanicus. So I'll try and pull Snarl from batch 5, maybe Warpath, and then just simply stay away. Batch 6, as you can see, one of the best batches. going. Go fire, not that good. But then after that, you got quite a few combiner bots in there. You got Rustos, you got First Aid and a Hotspot. Obviously, two from the same combiner as well, which obviously helps. Sandstorm, obviously a good bot as well. And then for me, probably the best batch in the game. Still, you've got obviously Smokescreen. You've got Blades as well. You've got then Jetfire, Rhinox, and Laser Op, who are alright. They're not too bad, but you've got two really good combiner bots there and two really good bots. So not only are you getting combiner bots, you're getting good bots as well. So for me, batch 7 is still one of the pick of the batch. Batch 8, I mean, you've got 3 combiner bots in there, which is pretty good. No standout bots that are absolutely amazing, but then no really awful ones as well. So a solid batch to go into. Batch 9, again, another solid batch. Only one combiner bot, but you've got a couple of good bots in there in Brainstorm and Pipes. Batch 10, Strafe drags it down. Being a combiner bot, such a shame that he's right down there, really, but pretty awful. And then Dino's had a recent buff, but it's not really done much to him. And then a couple of sort of mid bots for myself. I mean, some people might put these two a bit higher, but for me, they're pretty good, but they can be a bit expensive. Batch 11, Ironhide leading the front. Then we've got Hound, who's not the best, had a recent buff though. And Twin Twist, really good on defense. And then Blur and Slingshot, you know, can be alright at certain base types, but still an okay batch to pull from, no real duds. Another batch here with no real duds, but again, Air Raid, Combiner bot, really good. And you got Topspin in there as a good bot as well. Skids, Saber, Heist. So real good bots in there. Only 2 Combiner bots though. Batch 13, again, no real massive meta bots, but again, they're all sort of in this middle section. So all pretty good. 2 Combiner bots in Robuster and Scattershot. Batch 14 for me is pretty woeful. Inferno's pretty good, but I'm not a big fan, if I'm perfectly honest. But I know he's quite in the meta, people using him. Brawn and Aerial are so-so. I mean, I may put Aerial lower, but I know a lot of people use Aerial to good effect. And then we've got Whirl and Tigerhawk. And again, some people might like Whirl a bit better, but it's not for me. I was excited about his ability 11, then it got pulled back. So that's for me where he goes into okay for resources. But only one combiner bot in that batch. Batch 15 is a really good batch as well because you've got Slug and Afterbreaker, both parts, 2 of the best combiners in the game in terms of Volcanicus and Computron. Then we got Alpha Trion, Grapple and Wreckgar, who are okay bots. They're not disastrous, but if you can obviously pull from this batch and get these 2 straight off the bat, then you're on to a winner. Batch 16 used to be the best batch in the game by far, but since the nerfs, I feel like they're all where they need to be now. They're not in the meta section, but you've got Nose Cone in there. It's obviously part of Computron. You've got Leo Prime, Blue Streak, Beach, and then Huffbar, who obviously needs a buff. But yeah, a solid batch with, you know, plenty to try and get, and not many disappointments, to be fair. Then batch 17, really good batch. We've got obviously Tazkid, who had a rework and a cost reduction. Lightspeed, who's amazing on defense, even decent on attack, really. Obviously a part of Computron as well, which matters for a lot. For me, Computron the best combiner in the game. Then we've got Cosmos as well, obviously really good on defense. I would actually say he's the new Twin Twist in terms of meta outpost bots. Absolutely must have right now. And then we've got Chromium and Metal Hawk, who are okay, they're not too bad. They can be useful, so a good batch overall. And then we've got the last batch pulling up the rear. Wing Saber's pretty good. You can use him situationally to take out certain defenses and do some damage to the shield gen and put some glass on it. So yeah, pretty good, quite cheap as well. Vector Prime I'm not a big fan of. I know that Freezers will put him a lot higher, but I'm just not a big fan myself. The hollows don't last long enough for me. Then we've got Snapdragon. Snapdragon for me, he needs a bit more damage or something, and the Mach 3 needs more, and the combo needs more, and just not really good enough. But obviously pretty good on backdoor still. I know he can't damage or can't target the HQ, but you can still get him up there. So I can see him being useful in backdoor still, because that really good range he's got. And then we got Orion Pax and Sky Striker. I did consider putting Orion Pax in Don't Bother, but I suppose that if you can get your bots into where the healing is, then it is considerable healing and decent. And then Sky Striker may have been a bit harsh, seeing as Jetfire's in 3, but I just feel like it's another jet that does damage and it's not much different. So maybe a bit harsh in that sense there, but again, just another jet. So there you go, guys. If you're looking to go and pull combiners, there's the entire list of where you can pull combiners from. I know I haven't done the Decepticon counterparts, but that's because it would change the whole rankings, because obviously for the sake of tracks and cutthroat, that's a different, obviously, kettle of fish then, because tracks is not in the batch, so it just makes it a bit more awkward trying to do a con one. But I'll probably hit freeze up and leave him to do that one. But that's the Autobot combiner batch tier list ratings. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with the ratings? Do you agree with my sort of favourite batches to go and get combiners? Let me know what you guys think.